Harry, and I'm a final year theoretical physics student, and my project was on Kitaev's honeycomb lattice model on spherical geometry. Kitaev's model is a model of interacting electrons arranged in a flat hexagonal lattice that has an application to quantum computing that is naturally error resistant. This is of particular importance as the main stumbling block in current quantum devices is the fact they're incredibly prone to errors and will break after only performing a couple of operations. So my project was considering how the model changed when you go from taking a flat lattice to a spherical lattice. In particular, trying to understand how you can generalize the model to a spherical lattice and studying its ground state and low energy perturbative behavior. It's an honor to be awarded the Beaumont Award, and in particular to be awarded for a contribution in a field that is of such importance.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenzo Bihai and I'm a final year Business Management and Human Resources student. I am thrilled to have been selected as one of the 2022 Beaumont Award winners this year, and thank you to everyone who was involved in this process. With the support from the Laidlaw Scholarship, I was able to conduct research which explored the experiences of ethnic minority students and white students on their work readiness development to find out whether their race matters. Their work readiness was tested against the work readiness framework, which uses Bourdieu's capital such as social, economic and cultural capital to assess students and graduates' work readiness levels. This research project more specifically looked at the experiences of research graduates in the job market and aimed to understand 1. What are the potential important skills and qualities a graduate must possess to be successful in the labour market, and 2. Whether there are differences in the challenges they face based on their racial characteristics, as a lot of research in this area would suggest it. It was important for me to include their strengths and weaknesses from both sides. The benefit of this research is that it is to be combined with more research studying and analysing an ethnic minority student's educational experience right from the beginning in primary school right up to graduate level. The research will help to assist the University of Leeds assess the ways they can improve the solution to challenges these students face and increase their understanding of the differences between ethnicity and racial groups, and to produce more literature on the graduate ethnicity gap. Thank you very much.
Accessing the community with autism can be really challenging, as can managing everyday life. This research is the only research known about for me that uses a child-central approach to understand the impact of autism assistance dogs on supporting young people. I used really creative methods, allowing children to submit a range of data, photographs, videos, etc. And I went through a really extensive ethical procedure to make sure that all children who could give a consent to my study could assent. Therefore, this is the only research of its kind that looks at the benefits of autism assistance dogs and does so focusing on the experiences of young people instead of focusing on parents and carers.
Hi, my name is Hannah and I'm a final year medical sciences student, and in my research project this year I developed a probe that could improve chemotherapy against cancers. So through a phenomenon known as superselectivity, this probe can distinguish between membranes depending on the glycolipid content. So it only binds strongly to a membrane if there's a high amount of glycolipid there. And interestingly, in cancers, you get a much higher amount of glycolipid than you do in healthy cells, meaning that this probe could distinguish between cancer cells and healthy cells. So while I only did this work on model membranes, if it continues to be successful in further research, this could really improve the selectivity of anti-cancer agents, such as chemotherapeutics, and reduce the side effects that are currently seen because they bind and damage healthy cells too. So I'm really grateful to have been awarded the Beaumont Award for this work because I really think it could impact society.
Hi, I'm Mairead Moroney and I'm an environment and business student. And through my dissertation, I've investigated the unsustainable impact of mountaineering on the world's highest mountains. The research focuses on both the mountains themselves and the communities in their vicinity. One of the most critical issues I have explored is the lack of human waste management, which has and is resulting in the contamination of major drinking water sources servicing over 500 million people. This and other factors are causing the destruction of some of the most fragile ecosystems on Earth. In order to prevent further degradation of these precious and delicate high-altitude environments, more must be done to enforce leave-no-trace principles and improve sustainability, allowing these beautiful mountains to be preserved for generations to come. I'm honoured to have received the Beaumont Award and that my research was recognised for its potential positive impact.
Hello, my name is Tabang Royds and I'm a final year LLB law student. My research project is titled Copyright Protection in the Age of Social Media, a cross-jurisdictional analysis of the USA and South Africa. From hashtag Black Lives Matter to Instagram boomerang videos, social media has become an integral part of communication and interaction in the new digital world. However, it presents new legal challenges for creators. Copyright is traditionally territorial, meaning protection is accorded in the country whose laws govern a copyrighted work's existence. Conversely, social media is aterritorial or boundless, questioning whether creative works can be protected over social media. Adopting an empirical and comparative approach, my research critically analyzes key legislation and landmark cases in the USA and South Africa, finding that both jurisdictions have failed to keep pace with social media. With social media's rapid development over the past 2 decades, over half of the world are active social media users, meaning over half of the world is left unprotected. My research contributes to a currently impoverished body of legal literature relating to IP law and social media in the global south. Thus, it is both timely and relevant for scholarly and policy purposes. I'm honoured to have received this award in recognition of my project's potential impact on society. I hope winning this will generate exposure for my research and assist the necessary development of legal scholarship in this area. Thank you to the university for choosing me for the Beaumont Award, and congratulations to all the other winners.
Hi, my name is David Jones. I'm a 4th year student, and for my master's project I developed the means of combining both classical and quantum avenues of attack to attack the Diffie-Hellman public key crypto system. A lot of our infrastructure utilizes this system in order to provide security, for example, banking and messaging applications. And if the security it provides is to be compromised by the arrival of quantum computers, it's important that we know about that as soon as possible. I really enjoyed this project, and having the work that I've done be considered useful and relevant enough to be worthy of the Beaumont Award is incredible. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Mia and I'm a final year student studying linguistics and phonetics at the University of Leeds, and my final year dissertation project was a survey-based study that looked to see whether the period of COVID-19 remote learning had an effect on secondary school students' motivation and engagement for learning and also their well-being, with particular focus on whether having English as an additional language may have disproportionately affected this. And the findings saw that overall students' motivation and engagement for learning had remained the same post-COVID to pre-COVID, which was really encouraging, but it did reveal that those who had English as an additional language reported less motivated and engaged post-pandemic. And the reasons for this, which I found within the study, were their different behaviours with enlisting social resources, so asking for help from parents and students, and also their ability to self-regulate their learning.
Hi, I'm Natasha Murray, and my research project investigated whether there was an interaction between urban pollinator communities and the sustained high concentrations of air pollutants they are being subjected to. Air pollution resulting from fuel emissions is abundant and concerning in London's supposed green spaces, and despite the huge amount of research detailing the negative health impacts this has for humans, there were almost no field-based studies investigating how it may impact the biodiversity those spaces are in place to support. Specifically in London, there is a movement to bring and attract pollinators into the city's green spaces in the hope of combating the decline in pollinators that have been observed here over the last century. My results observed significant changes in community composition, finding a negative correlation between pollinator biodiversity and increasing concentrations of those air pollutants. The Beaumont Award recognising my project has been highly motivating in rewarding what young people can contribute to conservation research, even at an undergraduate level. Mostly, however, I hope the recognition will help draw attention back to the global biodiversity crisis we are facing and urge people to look at our individual impacts on the environment. Our day-to-day activities are evidently polluting our urban parks, creating a toxic environment not just for ourselves but for the pollinators and other wildlife there. If we continue to place pollinators under these pressures, stopping pollinator decline will only become more challenging. Carrying out my project has only reinforced that reducing our environmental impacts and protecting pollinator biodiversity has to be prioritised more, both in the UK and globally.
Hi, I'm Ryan Smith. a final year theoretical physics student at the University of Leeds, where my final year project was based on simulating quantum many-body dynamics on quantum computers to see how closely quantum computers are to reaching quantum advantage over their classical counterparts. Since quantum computers have been tipped to have many potential benefits for society, including in discovery of new drugs and medicines, but also in climate modelling, our benchmarks that we made serve as a marker to see where the current generation of quantum computers lie on said road. I'm absolutely delighted to have won a Beaumont Award this year and get the recognition for my research. But it's also great to know that my research does have many does have a potential impact on society as a whole.